going with our further decisions. So I think rook e3 is forced, and we have to evaluate, like, okay, which one should we take with the queen or with the pawn?
I'm playing as white.
Yes.
Can you flip the board?
Yeah, sure.
So I think we should maintain the queen if we're gonna have the bad pawn structure, right? So f takes e3. I would play.
I mean, you will pretty much get a bad pawn structure no matter how you do. The thing is, should we keep the queens or exchange the queens? Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think we should keep
Yeah. I think it's
probably
correct.
because we have that weakness. So because otherwise it's just like an equal position, except that we just have a one worse pawn structure. So I would keep
Very,
the queen just to create some type of dynamic scenarios in the position.
yeah, very, very correct. Actually, when you have some sort of a permanent disadvantage, you need to keep something which will give you some dynamics at least, yeah, or some hopes of dynamics.
Yep.
Plus, in this situation, I also feel that white does have some weaknesses, but as you can see, this queen is pretty much defending everything, right?
Right.
Plus, it's also attacking this pawn, which will, I mean, it's probably not a huge deal, but it's also like, something to play for, yeah? So I
Right.
think fe3, if you take the position is fine. There is absolutely no problem in the position.
Mhm.
White took queen e3, which is actually already a blunder. So queen e3, fe3. Okay, how does like now it's like a king pawn endgame, then, which something which you are pretty well accustomed with. So
Mhm.
how do you think black should proceed here?
You're asking how would black proceed, right?
Yeah.
Black needs to get to that c4 pawn as quickly as possible, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining something like immediately running king f8, king e7, king e6. Moment he plays b4, I play b6. Trade,
Yeah.
something like that.
That's the correct one. So now he cannot play king e4, yeah, because you grab the pawn.
Yeah,
So he has to play b4 and now b6.
yeah.
So now the problem is he still has to take, because if he plays king e4, we can still take and play king c5 and king b4.
Yep.
So he has to takes, okay, king e4. Next.
We have to create the outside pass pawn now, right?
Yeah, very correct.
A5. Can we play A5 right now?
Yeah, a5, so c5.
King C6.
Yes, that's the key point, yeah.
Yeah,
And now I think black is winning.
right.
So you can see this is like not a very difficult decision, yeah. And yet people make this mistake of just taking with the queen, thinking that, okay, king and pawn endgame, equal pawns, 3 versus 3 should be a draw.
Mm-hmm.
However, taking with the pawn is actually a draw. You can see it will be 0.00. And taking with the queen is already lost.
Oh. I think because black's plan is so direct and there's nothing really white can do to stop this idea, right? Just this king c5 and
Yeah,
if it
nothing.
was
Cannot
just,
do anything.
yeah. There was no possibilities in this position. It's just like, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, even in dry positions, you have to be careful.
Right.
Okay, we go to the next one. Oh, sorry. This is white to play. So the question is there any chance to win this from white, or black will defend it?
Can black defend the position is the question, right?
Yes, the question is like, if white has some attempts to win, what they can be.
Maybe the best idea is to try to get. Actually. Okay, so two ideas I'm just thinking.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is to try to play like some type of in such a way that I can try to attack the c5 square. Well,
Okay.
now that I think about it, I mean, what am I really doing on c5? He just puts his king on d6. It really doesn't matter. So I was thinking at knight f3, I was thinking b5. These are the two moves I was considering.
Mm-hmm.
Knight e3 and b5, but what's gonna happen after knight e3, king d6? Take, take. What am I doing next? Playing b5? We can just sit there. Mm, I'm not sure, man. I'm not really seeing anything except for just like those two ideas right now. The only
Okay.
other thing I can think of might be
So do you consider a move like b5 or takes and then b5?
yeah, I've been considering those moves.
Okay. Any of
But
those
I'm
work?
just not sure where would be my entry point with my king, right? If he's putting his king on d6,
Mm-hmm.
um, so let's just assume, on b5 he doesn't take. He just waits for me to
Mm-hmm.
take on a6 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not seeing the entry point to, for my king. And my knight, it's possible my knight could come and land on c5 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
attack that a6 or something. But I mean, he would just play knight b8 and just sit there, but then he has to move his king. So that may be the idea, is that we create a hole on. That's what I was trying to do earlier. I was telling you, I think, that I would try to get into c5 somehow, and maybe this is the way to get into c5, is to actually land a knight on c5.
Mm-hmm.
But see, here's the thing, is that he's gonna leave his knight maybe on d7, right? The moment I get into c5, he'll take. And king is on d6 already by that point.
Okay.
But I will still go for this idea. It's the only chance I have to try to create some play. So I'll start like, maybe, yeah, like you said, I would just play b5, honestly, just right off the bat.
Okay. So actually the key point is, like, I think b5 is the only way which we can win, because the other maneuver, yeah, with knight g3, like if you can get something like this, probably you might have also very good chances. But the thing is, whenever you go to h5, he just plays king f7.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if from this end we have like any entry point or something. So here I think this is like a decent idea, the idea of b5. So you were saying if he doesn't do anything, yeah? Like if he goes for something like this, you mean, or he just doesn't take at all? He just plays something like this? Okay, so if that's the case,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that could be one option. Yes.
yeah. So if that's the case, I think I'll take first, play b5.
Mm-hmm.
After king d6, I'll play king b4. Okay, so here, what are you going to do?
Let's assume he just waits.
Waits with
Knight f8.
knight f8. Okay, so I should maneuver. And I can try this, but I want to still stick to this side. Okay, let's see here.
Knight d7.
Mhm.
Yeah, already this is problematic now because I gotta move my king or knight, and he's hopping into c5, attack on b7, so I have to play perhaps.
I mean, this looks like white has some chances, right?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe king c7 or something.
King c7, knight c5.
Oh, now after taking, yeah, king is coming in, so it's not gonna work. Well, after taking, he would probably maybe give a check first.
Where?
If knight c5 here.
King c5.
Yeah, there's no way he can defend both d5 and b7.
Yeah.
Okay. This looks like it's winning.
Yeah. I think if you get here, it looks like we have really good chances here to win this one.
Right.
So any other defense you would like to try? I think nothing is so clear, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any other defense. Like what would he? Um,
So let's just check. Yeah, actually, in the game, it happened in a slightly different way. In the game, white played b5 first,
mhm.
but black actually took cb5, cb5. So it pretty much changed into the game. This position is already, like you will see here, it's already lost for black.
Hmm.
Very surprising, yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel like this should be lost, but you can see that this is undefendable. So if we check this position, so king d6, king b4, knight f8, knight d2, knight d7, knight b3, king c7, knight c5. So knight b8 is pretty much the only move. Now knight e6, king d6, knight g7. So I'm just threatening to come here,
Yep.
force the king to go there, and then take on a6, and then walk up with my king.
Right.
So if even in a very equal looking position, it's kind of lost. But b5 in this position is actually not the right way to start with. If white starts with b5, this is a mistake. If white plays cd5, cd5, and b5, this is a win.
Hmm.
So now let's figure out why here b5 is a mistake. Now we'll try to figure it out from black side here. So here b5, we can still manage a draw.
Maybe we just start taking everything like c takes b5 here.
But c takes b5 will give you the same position, right? Which we already know it's lost.
That is true. It makes a lot of sense. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Um,
I think we have to take, but we should take this maybe.
okay, and then
So white takes, obviously. And now just king here. Maybe like a better chance to try and defend this, right?
yeah,
Although I'm still a bit skeptic because I really don't want to go into such situations, but it looks like instead of CB5, DC4 is much better. So I'll just check once, yeah. So let's say PA6, PA6, King D4, and Knight D2. So here King C7, Knight E4, and King B7. And somehow it's like still a draw. Like now Knight C5 doesn't work. I'm gonna take, and play this.
I see. So can you go back again? Let me see the how that continued one more time.
Mhm.
Okay, so you took on C4, right?
Yes, so DC4.
And what did he do? He took on C6.
So yeah, I took an A6 or C6 doesn't matter. And now just King D6.
Hmm, I see. And the difference between this position, former position was what? Go back to the other one really quick for a second.
The previous one.
Yeah.
So with b5 and this one, yeah.
This is what b5 is what black played, right? Or white played, right? In the first one?
Yeah, b5 is what white played, which is wrong.
He should
I
have
mean,
taken on.
white should have played CD and b5. This is
Right.
winning. But
Oh.
white played b5 first. Now black could have drawn with this d takes c4.
Right.
But he played this. So this position is lost. This position is white is winning. But this position, if you play here, I think so. I think this pawn on c6 also matters a lot. Yeah, it kind of like blocks the entry like a wall.
Mm. Yep. Yeah. You're right. And if he ever puts the knight on c5, we just take and then play just king c7, right?
Yeah, which is, I mean, generally I would be very scared because white has just a lot of pawns, yeah, like a lot of points to create an outflanking. But I think because of the opposition, black is saved here. Like if you play d5, I take and play this. So here white's king is active, white has pawns advanced, and everything is like screaming for an outflanking, but it's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this one is the draw. So white still played b5, but that was the wrong move order. White won the game, but again, as you can see, not in the best way.
Right. How did he win again? Show me.
So b5, black took c takes b5.
Wait, so he shouldn't have, right? He should take on c4
He
first.
shouldn't have. He should have taken dc4.
Yeah, I would have. That's kind of natural to me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're trying to attack the pawn chain at its base, right?
Yeah. Actually, if you're trying to neutralize, you should take dc4.
Right.
But such a move is also very natural, yeah. Like, okay, you don't want to change anything. You just want to get rid of a couple of pawns. So you just do this. But this is already lost for. So here king d6 happened, king b4. Okay, this came and knight c5 comes. Yeah, okay. I hope this is clear,
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
Guess we will finish for today, Rafi.
I think I get the idea. So basically, like, that I don't. I'm trying to think of like what would be my takeaway from that.
I think the takeaway is even if we are trying to go for a similar idea, or let's say the most obvious idea, move orders even in endgame matter a lot.
Mm.
So we have to be very, very careful with our move orders. I think it's one of the most essential thing which we usually don't pay so much attention, yeah, especially in the end games, right? Because middle game we know move order means it's like a lotto.
Mhm.
It's very important, but in end games we don't think it's so important. But here you can see, yeah, like a small difference. It just basically allows um it allows, you can say, an extra additional defensive resources for black.
Mm. Got it. Makes sense. So basically, like trying to think of like how I can memorize and remember this as like a concept. So
So you can memorize it that even if even if your end goal is the same, or you have fixed in mind that, okay, this is the position I need to
move
reach.
order, yeah.
Yeah, but the path you take also has to be accurate in many cases. It cannot be just any move,
Right.
even though they all look the same. Yeah, but there will be some differences all the time.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. All right, Rafi. We'll wrap up for today. I will
Okay.
also take some rest,
Okay.
and I guess I'll see you probably tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'll hit you up.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Take care. Yeah, I'll see you.